250 years. That's how long it's been since a bold experiment began. One built on the idea that people could govern themselves, that freedom could be more than just a word, and that a nation could be shaped by its citizens instead of kings. But here we are, 250 years later, and the question isn't just what has America become, it's also what it is still becoming. Because history doesn't stop at anniversaries. It just pauses long enough for us to look in the mirror. When the United States was founded, it wasn't guaranteed to succeed. It was fragile and divided. A group of colonists decided to challenge one of the most powerful empires in the world, not because it was easy, but because they believed something could be better. Freedom was not a finished system. It was an idea that they were still building. And over time, that idea spread. It grew, and it changed shape. It survived civil war, world wars, economic collapse, social movements, and technological revolutions, each era testing whether the experiment would hold. But 250 years later, it's also important to be honest. No nation survives that long without contradiction. The same country that speaks of liberty has also struggled with inequality. The same system that promises opportunity hasn't always delivered it equally. And that same national identity that unites millions can also divide them just as deeply. That tension isn't new, it's part of the entire story. Because America was never just built on perfection, it was built on progress. Milestones like this can feel like a celebration, but they can also feel like a checkpoint. At 250 years, a country isn't young anymore. It has history, it has consequences and patterns. And the real question becomes, do the next 250 years repeat the same struggles or learn from them? Because nations don't fall apart overnight. They drift slowly and quietly when people stop caring about what holds them together in the first place. At the center of it all, though, is something easy to forget. Countries don't change on their own. People change them. Every movement and reform, every breakthrough in rights, science and culture and technology, it all started with individuals who refused to accept that things had to stay the same. That's the part of America's story that often gets overlooked. Not just presidents and wars and borders, but ordinary people shaping extraordinary change. Right now, America stands at another turning point, not because it's collapsing, not because it's perfect, but just because it's always in motion. Technology is reshaping society faster than ever, and culture is more connected, but also more divided. And truth itself often feels contested. In moments like this, it's easy to become cynical, but it's also where the future gets decided. So at 250 years, maybe the real question isn't whether America has succeeded or failed. Maybe it's this, but while I'm not American, I still have questions to ask. Can it keep adapting without losing what made it possible in the first place? Because the story of America has never been about reaching an ending. It's been about continuing the attempt. And like every unfinished story, what comes next depends on who decides to keep writing it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. God bless America.